Hey YouTube, Jolly Green here. I just wanted to make a video and talk a little bit about the evolution of my skating in the past 6 months or so. And there's a reason why my skating has evolved, or my skating preference at least, has evolved to something else. And here's why. So this board that I've been skating is a board I made, and I've been working on no complies on a really rough pavement, and it's really caused my board to change complete shape and size and everything. But the first thing that evolved my skating was that the bushings here on these Thunders, I bought these Thunders on clearance just to try them out because I've got some Ventures, some Crux, some Indies, some Avenue trucks, which I had to modify. I've got the new Grind Kings, which I'll show you on the other board. That was an example of what this board looked like before I wore it down. But this board I've been using for the No Comply video coming up. I'm basically moved into post-production on that. I have some other things to film for it, but I'm basically done with the tricks, even though I'm probably going to try a few more tricks or some ideas that I have in my head. If I can get them, then fine, while I'm working on the post-production part. So I still have a little bit to go, but at any rate, I did a lot of my no complies on this board, which a primary no comply board before was my flight deck that I had. And then during the process of filming all the no complies that I was doing, I ended up breaking it completely lengthwise, which maybe I should show you a video of that someday. But, and it was still actually working all right. Even when I had it like that, it was still together enough to be able to skate. So flight decks are great, but this is also like my own flight deck that I make myself. At any rate, back to the trucks. I skate a lot of different trucks. These Thunders, I could never get to tighten properly because I skated tight trucks all my life. When I was a teenager, it was super tight, and then I went to a little bit looser trucks now, but still tight. I could never get these Thunder trucks here tight enough with whatever bushings. The bushings would fail, and then I put these Grind King bushings in with the steel insert in it so that you can't completely bottom out the truck. It stops turning because it hits the metal part of the bushing in there at one time. So I put these on there. But it sort of busted around and stuff, but it's still functioning well as a bushing. So even though, it wasn't meant for this truck, I tried to modify and make it work, but it ended up working pretty much anyway. But it basically very loose trucks, much looser than I would normally skate ever in my life. All right, these I can almost, I can just turn back and forth. I don't have to. I have a habit of tic-tacking because I learned to skate on super tight trucks. Like, you couldn't turn by leaning at any rate. So it was tic-tac. It was, turn your board one way or the other to turn or nothing. So that's how I learned how to skate. And I could do a lot of stuff like that. And I could ollie really high like that. But I found I am not really that great at ollieing anymore. I haven't practiced it much or nearly enough as I would need to. I was just working on other tricks that I haven't been able to do because I've been able to ollie, but I just haven't got it exactly back yet. You wouldn't know by watching me on the slam box necessarily, but flat ground ollie, I have ollied over an 18.5-inch barrier at one point, so that's been the most that I've ollied. And maybe we'll make a video and get back to that at some point after I've finished all with what I'm doing. But back to the subject at hand, loose trucks. I ended up skating this board for my no comply and figuring out that it just became more and more comfortable, and I just like them more. And then when I get on my other boards now, it just feels, the tight trucks just don't feel as good. So I think I'm going to, after I finish my Slappy University Backside 50/50 final, which I'm about to go out and film in just a little while, I think I'm going to loosen all my trucks up on my boards. I just want to skate them loose now, so we're going to see how that goes. But it just feels different now, and I'm glad that I was able to move. It's a little more fun just to be on the board in general with loose trucks. It might be more difficult to do some things for sure, but I've had fun with the no complies for sure. But rough pavement has caused this board. Okay, so the original board was like this. So if we compare here, actually, let me turn it around to where it was. Let's see. So this is what I've worn down the board to. Two is shorter, but it's a long wheelbase also. So it's the same wheelbase, but it's definitely worn down on the sides too, and definitely the nose being narrower and stuff. So that was all the pavement making it down, which makes for an odd shaped board, but I really have been able to do quite a lot of things and get it to flip a lot easier with no complies and stuff. And so I'm wondering, do I like a smaller board? I don't know. Maybe I should try it out. But you know, I'm still going to keep on creating these boards that I make because I have fun skating this, and I'm going to loosen these trucks up a little more as soon as I finish the next video. But anyway, it was a strange thing, but it evolved my skating a little bit over the period that I was doing the no complies. So, and this board actually finally, I had, it was coming down a lot and landing on the concrete, on the tail, and ended up getting a little delam finally. I've skated this board, you know, I made this board. I've skated it for about 8 months, which is a long time for me for skating a board, and that's the worst that it's happened. I can still skate it now, but if you hit right on the tail, your tail will droop and your toe will hit the ground anyway. I was thinking about maybe even throwing some epoxy in there and then clamping it back up and then skating a little bit more, but I really just need to make some new boards. But maybe I'll try a smaller board in the future and see if I like it or if it's just better for flip tricks or stuff. But you know, I need to get back to the slam box type of skating too, because I've been missing out because I've been just doing all no comply videos. But I'm finishing up some concrete work and stuff. You'll see that in the future. But anyway, just wanted to talk about that. That's a weird thing. If you want to evolve your skating, just start loosening up your trucks gradually. If you skate tight trucks and you want to skate loose ones, maybe you don't know that you want to skate loose ones, but you actually do. But, you know, like I said, I don't think I can get as much height off an ollie, but I'm not doing a bunch of ollie these days anyway, unless it's off of a bank ramp, like as you've seen me do. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment below, and I'll see you next time, YouTube. Bye.